I'm Megan Convery, and this is Crash Course AP Biology. And today we're going to be looking at cellular respiration, but more specifically the process of glycolysis. So before we just jump into glycolysis, let's look at cellular respiration as a whole. There are 3.5 parts of cellular respiration, starting with our topic today, glycolysis, and moving to acetyl-CoA production, the Krebs cycle, and ending with the big shell of the electron transport chain. The goal of respiration is to basically turn glucose into ATP molecules. Living things do this by reshaping the original glucose molecule a bunch of times until they get what they want, ATP.
The first reaction with glycolysis requires the consumption of ATP in order to supply energy, which then goes into yielding ATP molecules. This all happens within the balance of the cytoplasm. Then the phosphate group of the ATP molecule attaches to the glucose molecule and is seen in the second molecule. The second molecule is called glucose 6-phosphate, which is then converted into fructose 6-phosphate by the enzyme in reaction 2. Reaction 3 comes along and eats up another ATP molecule. A second phosphate group then attaches in the newly formed molecule called fructose 1,6-diphosphate. What does this mean so far? It is that the molecule of glucose has been transformed into a new molecule of fructose 1,6-diphosphate. 2 ATP molecules have been consumed so far, and you can thank the enzymes for all of these rad conversions. Back to the complex details, returning to the plate in reaction 4, the molecules split in two. The 6-carbon fructose molecule turns into a 2,3-carbon molecule. Remember, 6 divided by 2 equals 3. No carbon is lost in this reaction. So now that we have all of that out of the way, let's jump into the importance of glycolysis. After this big lecture, we're going to have to clear some things up. Glycolysis is the first step in cellular respiration, and arguably the most important because every living thing on the face of the earth can go through glycolysis, which is not true for any of the other processes in respiration. Glycolysis starts with a glucose molecule and by using ATP morphs into a glucose 6-phosphate and then changes it again into a fructose 1,6-phosphate. After this, the fructose 1,6 molecule splits into 2 G3P molecules, which are used also in the Calvin cycle as well. Oh, it's time for the mystery document. The rules here are simple. I'm going to try to guess the author of this article. If I am right, nothing happens. If I am wrong, I'm a bully for the rest of my life. Glycolysis is a series of reactions that help extract energy from glucose. This is an ancient pathway of metabolism that is present in the majority of living things. It is the foundation of both aerobic and anaerobic cellular respiration. Bill Nye said, wrong. That's enough out of you.
Obviously, that article was written by Yolanda Smith about the last part of glycolysis. The 2 G3P molecules first release and the NADPH molecule reforms into the creation of 2 ATPs, which proceed to become pyruvate. Reaction 5 brings us the conversion of the 3-carbon molecules into 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid, another 3-carbon molecule. Then the cytoplasm also generously supplies a phosphate group. Also, a molecule of nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, aka NAD+, forms a molecule of NADH. NADH is super important in electron transport, and 2 molecules of NADH are formed at this point because the reaction occurs twice. Energy is given off to form a molecule of ATP in reaction 6. Because the reaction happens on both the left and the right sides, 2 ATPs are formed, and the product of this reaction is the lovely 3-phosphoglyceric acid. Now, in reaction 7, the phosphate group is relocated and the 2-phosphoglyceric acid is produced. In reaction 8, a double bond is formed, and the result of this is phosphonopyruvic acid. That was a mouthful. Also known as PEP. ATP is not made or used in these reactions. Finally, reaction 9 occurs, and the phosphate group from PEP is transferred to ADP, producing 2 ATPs. The net result of glycolysis is 2 pyruvic acid molecules. Now I'm going to list the good that has come out of all of this. A molecule of glucose has been converted into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. The OG glucose molecule contains 6 carbons, and the 2 pyruvic acid molecules contain a total of 6 carbon atoms, so no carbon has been lost in the process. 2 molecules of ATP were invested at reactions 1 and 3, but 2 ATP molecules were obtained in the reactions 6 and 9. Since these reactions happen 2 times, we end with a total of 4 ATP molecules. As a result of this, the total gain in glycolysis is 2 ATP molecules. Additionally, reaction 5 has given 2 molecules of NADH, which will be used in electron transport, where more ATP will be produced. The 2 molecules of pyruvic acid go on to be used in the Krebs cycle.
The gains from the process of glycolysis are the 2 ATP molecules created from the 3-phosphoglyceric acid, and probably the more important factor, the 2 pyruvate molecules that move on to the process of making acetyl-CoA. Next week, we'll talk about how 2 pyruvate molecules can create acetyl-CoA, but until then, I'll see you next time. Roll out! I can't do that. Wait, how do I turn this off?
What do you mean?
Like, how do I stop it from recording?
Are you still recording?
I don't know.
You started again, I think.
Oh, God. Wait, should I, be prepared?
Oh, the pack of mystery